Hello everyone. Are still 5 minutes, but I'm gonna start. Okay, I'm hearing myself. Just 1 second. Okay. So, welcome to the webinar. I'm a bit stressed because it's the first time, so please bear with me. And with the PaintEvents team. I'm not. Okay, the sound is good. Okay. Okay. I put the sound a bit more down. Okay, what is happening is that I cannot reply to you. Okay. Let's put it a bit more down. What about now? Okay. Thank you, Atilia. Okay. So I cannot reply to you on writing. I have to reply by like video and audio. I'm still seeing your questions. Okay, thank you, PaintEvents. I'm seeing your questions and I'm gonna reply to you via by sound. So. Again, please bear with me because this technology was a time when I hated, but now I really love it. Just that it's a bit difficult to at the beginning to start with all this. But I'm happy. I really appreciate all your feedback from everybody. You know, good, bad, whatever, because it's a way to improve ourselves and helps a lot to give more like quality videos and quality webinars. So what we're gonna do today, it's about watercolor and doodling, and we're gonna start in 5 minutes going into the webinar, the workshop. And I'm gonna do like a very short, a few moments meditation, visualization actually, to get a little bit connected with ourselves and to get really here in this space. And after that, I'm gonna explain what we need. I think that you already have everything that you need, but I'm gonna comment a little bit about the materials, something else that maybe you want to have for the next webinar, and we start to have fun, drawing and doodling and painting. Okay. So I think it's already, okay, it's 1 o'clock. If you want, you can comment things, you can, I don't know, like or say something in the comments. I'm gonna see them here. So hello Sylvia, hello Andrea, nice to see you here. Hello Sonnen. Okay. So I'm so happy that you are here. It's really, for me, it's so new this. I used to give these workshops at PaintEvents. For the people who doesn't know, it's paint event company located in Zurich. And now it's very nice to be, because I love to be actually in contact with people. It's much more communication in being face to face with somebody, but it's a new era, I think, and I think it's a big need now, given the situation. So I don't know, I hope that we can continue this. Like I said, this is the first time, and I hope that everything will gonna be fine and we can do more. Even after the situation, we're gonna finish, hopefully very soon. I hope that we can continue to have like the physical workshops at PaintEvents, and also these online webinars for the people that are like in other parts of the world, or yeah, they cannot come to paint events. Okay, thank you, Martina. Thank you, Sabine. Nice to see you. Um, Hello, Dom. Wow, nice. A lot of people. We are 47 now, and I think we're gonna come more people because we've seen the people that subscribe. So yes. So let's do like this to take a few moments of meditation visualization. And let's stay straight in our seat. I mean, let's stay comfortable, and if you can stay like put your column, your back straight, that's gonna help. And even if it's strange to do this closing eyes, I think it's good because when you close your eyes, you don't have so much inputs from outside. So it's good that you can really connect with yourself, with your inner being. So let's everybody to take these moments to connect with ourselves. Let's close the eyes. And breathe a few times, like maybe 2-3 times, very deep. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And the last time, inhale and exhale. And let's imagine that we are in a middle of a meadow, in a field, and let's add elements to this field. Now that it's coming the spring, let's put a lot of flowers and green grass. So you can put the trees that you want, maybe cherry trees that are blossoming now. You can sit somewhere in the middle of the field and just look around and observe the flowers that you want to see. Maybe wild flowers or any other kind of flowers like roses or lilies or whatever you feel like. And we look around, maybe we see more trees, we hear the sound of the wind passing through the leaves of the trees. And maybe somewhere far away we can see the ocean. We see that beautiful blue that is coming together with the sky, with the sky's blue. And we are surrounded by this green around and many, many colors of the flowers. So let's inhale all that beauty, and also maybe you can smell the flowers. You can hear the song of the birds around. And relax in that peaceful and calmness atmosphere of the fields. Maybe also we can hear the waves of the ocean. And now let's connect with ourselves, with our heart, paying attention of our heart and our breathing also. And notice that everything is just fine. Everything is beautiful around. And maybe you have this feeling of the kid inside, of a child inside. Which reminds you that everything is good and is nice. and is peaceful. So let's keep that feeling inside with ourselves. Now for our workshop and maybe all day and the week. So when you feel ready, you can open the eyes. Okay. Okay, so now that we feel a bit more connected and we feel more like being here, surrounded by our field of beauty, of flowers and like trees, by nature, that we miss a lot. Some of us, especially that they cannot go out from the house in this moment. Let's start our workshop. So I'm gonna explain a little bit what we use now and what we're gonna use maybe in the future. So if you don't have it now, it's okay. You can grab a piece of paper and something to write, and you can write it for maybe next time, okay? So I have some watercolors, something like this. Everything it's working, so can be like this or can be like square. Doesn't matter the shape, and also doesn't matter how many colors you have here because you can combine them. Okay. So I noticed that it's a little bit a delay. Maybe 5 seconds, maximum 10 seconds. For the moment, I cannot change that, but that's why I said please be patient and just if you write me, if you give me some feedback, that helps to improve. So I show you that kind of watercolors. We can also use these ones that are coming in tubes, and also these are very, very good. Okay, it doesn't matter the brand, just to be aquarelle or watercolors. I also like to use this kind of acrylic, it's a soft acrylic. They're coming in very nice colors. It's, as you see, deco acrylic, and I like them because they have like these pastel colors. So also they're a bit more like they're soft, but they're a bit more thick. So you can combine them with water, and they become like the watercolors. And also you can use, if you don't have any watercolor, maybe you have some kind of this Sharpies or markers, so everything works. You see I have different brands or different shapes, so everything it's working. So you can play with, even with like normal acrylic, we can after that we can doodle on the top of them. So it's good also if you have some kind of let's say plate, you can use something like this or like a normal plate, and after that you wash it. Or I'm using also this kind of you know unique use plates. Or also if you have like a piece of glass or plexiglass, you can use that one. And also we're gonna use for doodling these kinds of markers that are like fine liners. But in the same time, you can use any kind of pen ball, or it's a gel pen. For example, this one, there are jelly rolls. So they are coming in this formation, or they are coming like alone. So this, I really like these ones because they have like the silver, the white, and the golden, and are the three colors that I use most. And these ones are like 0, 7, 0, 5, and 0, 1. You can see here. And it's nice to have like these different sizes because you can give more texture of your doodling. Also, this they come on different brands. So this is Rotring, this is Stadler, or yeah, my German is not so good, even if I'm living in Switzerland. Or these ones that are also very nice. Micron, I think they are like Japanese, maybe. Okay, so also you can use something like this that you can find in any papeterie, or yeah, this is from IKEA. So anything that you have at hand, it's working. I have something like this that it's a very thin. Very thin, you see? Okay, so everything works now. We're gonna need a little bit of tape that I said at the beginning, okay? Because we're gonna stabilize the paper that we have, the watercolor paper, on something on the table, or whatever you have. Can be like a big book, but we need to stabilize a bit, and also because we're gonna use water, it helps to not wrinkle. So this is, you can go in the house, you can use any kind of tape, can be transparent or bigger, or Gorilla Tape, anything you have. So you can grab something that you have at home. And also we're gonna use, this is heat gun, or you can use any hair dryer that you have at home, because we need to dry the watercolor in order to paint on the top to do the doodling. So also you have like maybe you have time to take this the hair dryer and the tape. If you don't have them, it's also okay. It's just for next time, okay? So I'm gonna start now with fixating the paper. The paper can be any, let's say, size that you have. Any shape can be also, if you have something round or square or any shape, it's okay. So I'm putting like on the top of the paper, like maybe 5 millimeters. Like, I'm covering with the tape, and I'm gonna fixate in here, and I'm gonna do this in all the sides. So more or less 5. You can put 10 or whatever you feel like. Also, it's nice because at the end you have this frame. It's like a frame almost that you have around your paper. If you don't have tape, it's okay, because today we won't gonna go very close to the edges, so we're gonna paint a bit more like inside, so it's okay. Ideal it's to have it, but it's if you don't have it, it's okay. Okay. Good. So more people came. Hello everyone. Came a bit late. Okay. So about the brushes. Also now works whatever you have at home. Can be like acrylic or oil brush or watercolor brush. I have here different brushes, but we're going to use just one. Just I'm showing a little bit what kind of brushes are working. So can be something like this or like pointy. It's nice to have one that it's a bit more thicker and one that it's a bit more pointy. But like I said, today we won't gonna do very fine lines with the brush. We're gonna do this with the markers, but it's good to have it maybe for the next time. Okay. And okay, about the colors, I think it's nice now to work with the colors that maybe you imagine already in our visualization meditation, because it's I like to work with the colors that actually I'm craving in each moment. So I don't know if you feel like now to work with warm colors like red, orange, yellowish, pink. You know, you can work with that ones, or you can work with a bit more cold colors like green, blue, whatever it's like, turquoise, whatever you feel like. So you don't have to use the same colors that I'm using now. Take the colors that you feel like. And we can do like a graduation from starting from a side and to go to the other side, like a bit more, like less intense. So we go here from full red, and after that we go towards white, and we can work like with 3 colors. For example, we can start with red, green, and blue, let's say. And or you can do every single square that we're gonna do like different colors. So also you can work with all the colors, and that's working. So I think I'm gonna work with this aquarelle set, and I'm gonna use every color. What I recommend is to work with more intense colors. I mean, the value of the color to be quite high, because if it's very transparent, after that when you use the marker to doodle on the top, you don't have too much contrast. So it's nice to have like a bit of contrast. So I'm gonna start with this reddish. And also what we do today, it's let's say I like to give a lot of freedom to the people, not necessarily to do exactly the same what I'm doing. Obviously it's up to you. If you like to do exactly the same, it's perfectly fine. But if you want to do like let's say I'm doing this kind of shape, like let's say a square, but if you want to do like a circle or a triangle, everything it's working. So we're gonna have like 3 lines, and let's see how many columns. Let's say another one here, and maybe another one here. So, and 4 columns. So we can do this, let's say 4 centimeters length and 3 wide. So yeah, this depends of the paper that you have in front of you. And we leave a bit of space. Okay. So this is a very loose way of working with watercolor. You don't need to know too much about watercolor. You can do it like, let's say that there are 2 ways. First one is to take the color and water, and you start to paint. And the color is quite intense like this. Oh, I really love this combination of colors. This looks like a rose color. Or you can have, you take the brush and you take water without any color, and after that you add the color that you want. So now that we're gonna be, you see the color we're gonna spread like completely different than before, and it's not very uniform. And also this, I like a lot these things, how it's spreading, and you have like not even color on your square. So now I'm gonna start with a cold color, with green. So in this example, I like to have to work with taking the color with the brush without watering like I did here before. So because I'm taking much more color. Obviously you can pass a few times with the brush and bring more color on the top, and it's more intense. Okay, now I'm taking the other green, a bit more light. So you can tell me if I'm going too fast, I can slow down a bit. Also, you have a nice way of distributing the color, like this. You can bring, you see, like a bit more and put it on the top. It's better if you let it dry, then put a bit more. Like for example here, it's not dry, I'm gonna go again. So this is quite loose, you don't need to take care of a lot about this. Doesn't matter if it doesn't have to be perfect. You see I don't have edges, like straight lines, it's completely loose, everything. And you can even do a bit bigger, maybe the squares, if you want, because the bigger you have them, more you can doodle inside of them. And doesn't matter if it's, you see, like a bit more darker color. Actually, it's nice when you have like this different value of the color, because it's giving more texture of your doodling, and in general in painting, it's the more texture you have in your painting, the more richer it is. Let's go a bit more up, here a bit more down. Okay, and maybe also the orange I'm gonna put a little bit more here to have more space here. And I almost can do something more, another color. Maybe I'm going with the yellow. Here, just one line. Something like this. So, I think what I'm trying always in my paintings is to to not get crazy with perfection, because actually it's stopping you to discover things. When you try to do everything perfect, it's nice to make mistakes because from mistakes actually you can learn a lot. What you cannot do or what you can do can be a lucky mistake, and you discover like a new style or something that you really like that you don't think trying. So actually this kind of exercise that we are doing now, for me it's very relaxing, because I don't have the pressure of creating something big. It's not like let's say like when you have like a big painting in front of you, a big canvas that it's white, and it's like, where do I'm starting from? You know? And this is something that is small, and you don't need to put many elements, and it's very relaxing because it's not something that has to be to finish in a masterpiece. You know, it's like something that, let's take like a study, like a exploration, and like to try things, to see how things are working together, and yeah, to have like to come from curiosity, from the curiosity point of view, like let's say like the kids. That's why I did that kids that meditation, you know, to get into the a bit into this kid child way of being, where they don't really want to create art, they just explore. They take something and they take a pen and they combine it with something else, and they are sometimes they are so how is the word, like amazed of what actually came together, the mix that they discovered. So this is the perfect way to try this and to explore. So I'm gonna continue with, let's say here, a combination between blue and green, and I have this nice turquoise, very dark turquoise, like the ocean after the storm, maybe. It's what reminds me. Okay. Oh, I really like this. This is really beautiful. I love this color. And now I'm going more towards blue. So you can let me know how it's working for you if you have some time and if you feel like. Also, if you have questions, I can answer them. Like I said, I think it's easier, you know, that I can respond like to the sound, and I don't have to write because it's much faster. And here I'm going to finish with another blue, this kind of blue. Okay. And down I'm going to go with some brownish color. I know that brown is not very used on painting, not many people like it, but it's a matter of taste, obviously, and actually it's a very warm, nice color. I like it. Obviously depends how you combine it with which colors. But I don't know, for me all the time reminds me of ceramic, of earth, and I start to like it like some time ago. Hello Evelyn from England, thank you for being here. Okay, and now I'm going towards like a bit clearer, brown. I can color very clear now, it's better. gonna come with a little bit more this first brown. Okay. Also, it's a way to doing these exercises to find a bit your voice. Many people say like style, but I think style it's too much. Let's talk about voice, because everybody has like its own voice style, whatever you want to call it. And I think that we can discover through this exercise what actually we like more. Like, for example, if you are more into the floral way of expressing yourself, or like more geometrical. So this is one of the ways that you can do it, because sometimes we if we don't try, we cannot discover what we like. So this is a very easy way to try it. So I went towards black, and now I'm going towards black and a bit of yellow. So I'm gonna add a bit of black on the top of this yellow. I like a lot this aquarelle watercolors, because you see this transparency. You also can create with acrylics, but without a watercolor it's much easier. And what else? What is missing here? I think is missing the violet. I'm gonna put it here. So now I have more or less all the colors. So at the beginning I wanted to do like graduation of the colors, but after that I realized that I love all the colors and I want to use them all this time. So what is happening, you see that your paper, maybe now it's creating some waves, and this is because obviously we added some water. And that's why I said that it's good to have like the hair dryer or the heat gun that I have here, and we can dry, like let's say force a dryer process. So now I'm gonna do a bit of noise. Maybe I'm gonna stop a bit the sound, and after that I'm coming back with the sound. So it's just, it's good also to have, if you have this tape, it's stopping the paper to fly when you put the hair dryer. It's one of also the advantages. And also take care if you have the computer close to your paper, to maybe not go very close to the computer with the dryer or the heat gun, especially with the heat gun, because the heat gun it's creating like almost 1000 degrees, and it's very dangerous. Even if you put it like maybe 1 meter, it's not a good idea to have it close to the computer. So I'm gonna do now this. I'm gonna stop like for 1 minute the sound, and I'm gonna dry my paper. Okay, here I am back again. Okay, the paper is dry, and you can see that doesn't have any wave anymore, maybe just a little bit, but normally when it's dry, uh, it's not doesn't do these folders like these wavings anymore. Okay, I would really love to know where are you in the process, if I went too fast or everybody it's more or less. This is very difficult because normally at paint events when we are like face to face, I can see where the people is and I can slow down a bit, or yes, I can go to each person. Okay, still drying for some people. Yeah, these are advantages and maybe not so many advantages when we are not face to face, that I cannot see what you do, and I would love that. I would really love that. Okay, so the people are still drying. Okay, I'm gonna wait a bit. Meantime, I want to maybe explain a little bit where I find my inspiration. Maybe this can help you. I hope that can help some people. Obviously, everybody it's different, and everybody has its unique way to find inspiration. So, okay, some people are ready. I'm gonna wait another maybe 2 minutes. I'm gonna explain this about the inspiration, and after that, we start again. So for me, it's a matter of finding inspiration outside of myself and inside of myself. It's let's say outside, it's everything that it's around my body, around myself. So can be nature, or can be the city, or can be one person that said something, or um, can be like even the I don't know, something that I read. So this is like something that is coming from outside. I'm a person that I'm living in the countryside, that obviously a lot of inspiration is coming from the countryside. I love the nature, I love the flowers. And you can see this, who knows already what my style and what I'm painting. You can see that I love the flowers. But in the same time, I'm a lot into the Asian culture, philosophy, and I'm obsessed with mandalas. So this is coming, you see, from my, let's say, background from the outside world. And from the inside, it's also a little bit this about the philosophy and what I like actually. But it's also, let's say, my experience, my background in a way. It's something that is coming from what you are obsessed by, like what are your preferences? Because what actually you like, it's something that is representing you. You cannot see something that you don't like. I mean, you see it, but you don't keep it around yourself. You want to surround yourself of things that you like, because you feel good, obviously. So I'm doing this combination between these two things: the outside world and the inside world. What makes me feel good, and this is the let's say thing that I want to, that inspire me from outside and inside, but also I want to reproduce them in my way. So this is my way to find inspiration, and most of the time is coming from, let's say, a lot of inspiration is coming from the nature, and I'm adding a lot. I'm collecting a lot of let's say, like flowers, or taking a lot of pictures, because now it's very easy to take pictures, and after that I maybe print something, or I just keep them in my phone, and when I have a lack of inspiration, I'm going there and my phone folders and I look at all the pictures that I took, and all the time I find something that it's inspiring me. And another way that it's it's good to find inspiration. It's in this exercise that we do now, because sometimes I don't feel like painting big, and I'm doing these small things that maybe I'm gonna show you something that I did yesterday. I'm gonna put it on the top. So you see, it's not a big thing, but it's something that I really felt to do, like these different size of shapes and forms and marks. It's nice also to combine like acrylics or other materials with this aquarelle, or even with like something like a gel, or that it's a bit more like it's creating a structure. So it's not something that, let's say, maybe you're gonna put it on your wall, but it's like just let's say to try to experiment with shapes and forms. And what is happening with this later on, maybe when I have like a lack of inspiration and I'm painting something abstract, I'm going to the collection of these small paintings, and I'm taking something that is inspiring me in that moment. Maybe it's just this part that it's inspiring me, or just this part, or I don't know, maybe this. And this, I'm taking it, it's inspiring me, and I putting it in my big painting. So this is a way to practice all the time, to paint, to stay creative, and in the same time to collect it, even if you maybe don't like it in that moment. I had with this, I had something I don't really like, but in the same time I said, okay, it's okay. I don't know, I like this a lot. I like all this, the lines here and this part. Maybe in some point will gonna inspire me for another painting. So that it's another way to get inspiration, and in the same time to stay connected with your creativity. So I think everybody more or less it's ready. So now we can take like this. We can play with, if you want, for the sake of experimentation, to try different kinds of pen. You can take this one that is very fine, 05, or you can take this jelly rolls that can be like golden or white or silver, or you can take something that it's colorful. This is like also like a jelly roll, but it's a bit colorful, and I'm gonna show you here. So it's something like this, can be any color. I have like more colors here. So what you need is just something to make a contrast with the color that you have. And you're gonna see that sometimes maybe golden is better, or maybe obviously the black one is the best because it's making the biggest contrast. So I'm gonna work with the black one, because now I want you to see very well what I'm doing. And also I'm gonna work with different sizes of the tip. So this is 01, this is 05, and I have another one that was 07. So this is 07. So again, now if you don't have it, doesn't matter, it's just now the first time a way to see how it's working, what if you like it or not, and let's say to experiment. And after that, maybe you can, I don't know, order online. This is very easy. You can, I told you, any kind of online shop, they have it. And also, if you are in Switzerland, PaintEvents has a link where you can buy some materials from them. So I was wondering what to do now, because I like more the floral motif, but we advertised the geometrical one. And I think also for the first time, for the beginning, it's easier to do like geometrical shapes and forms and clusters, let's say. Because once we talk about flowers or floral or botanical things, the people get a bit scared because they think that they have to do something like very realistic, and it's not true. I'm gonna talk about this maybe in the next workshop, when, if everything works well with this one, maybe we do one about the flowers and floral motifs. So I'm gonna start with the geometrical one, and again here I encourage people to try to do the geometrical shape they feel. You can do exactly what I'm doing, but also you can do something else if you feel like. Obviously, we can finish this, you can do exactly what I'm doing, and after that, you can continue tomorrow or whatever you feel like to do something completely different. This is also another option. So let's start with this. So I'm taking everything that is passing through my mind in any moment. Doesn't have to be something to look nice, because if you think that has to look nice, you start to, let's say, you block yourself. Because obviously when you have this feeling, this thought of has to look nice, automatically you have the opposite, that and if doesn't look nice, and then you are blocked. So the best way is to just draw something and observe yourself and let it there exactly how it is. If you don't like it, you don't do it again. Nobody force you. If nobody will gonna die if you don't like it, it's like completely let's say experimentation exercise. If you like it, you have something that you can explore after that, and maybe you can use another time, or you can let's say enhance, like, because sometimes I have these moments when I like something and I realize that from there I can do something even bigger, or I can use it like a starting point and do something around that. So this is again the way that I get the inspiration. So I'm gonna start now with just doing some lines like this. I think it's visible. I don't know if I go, let me know if you see it. I think it's quite visible. Maybe I go a little bit more closer, something like this. And I'm gonna do this like a repeated pattern. So practically what we do now are like patterns, because we take like, let's say, a symbol or a cluster of blinds, dots, whatever, and we do like clusters, like a pattern with this. So as soon you repeat it, everything is fine. Doesn't have to be like perfect, like you see. It's not every line the same size, doesn't matter. What it's important is you to feel like relaxed, to enjoy, and to observe yourself. Because if you feel like good inside and you like the process, you're gonna continue with this. So I did like 3 lines, and after that I let like some space in between. Some spaces are a bit bigger, some are a bit smaller. And what is funny is that all the time it's something else is coming in. Let's say I am discovering something else. I'm not doing the same thing all the time. So it's like infinite possibilities here. And what I was saying about something that, for example, you have 2 options. You like this or you don't like this. let's say you don't like it, you never go back to this, you forget about this. You like it, and maybe you want to repeat it in a bigger canvas and you do it exactly like it's here. Or maybe you have like, once you are in this creative process, you realize that suddenly are coming more ideas by doing it. It's never coming like suddenly, boom, you wake up and you have an idea, an amazing idea of a painting. I mean, maybe some people, they are lucky enough. I'm not like this. I'm like discovering things by doing them. So here I like this, and suddenly I've seen this space that maybe I can put some circles inside. So it's the way to find, to discover like new patterns, and to play with, to explore this. Now also I'm thinking in this, I'm looking at this, and suddenly I feel that it's too crowded. I don't like it too much in this moment, but maybe, who knows, in another moment I like it. Also is that because, let's say, you are like a different person every day. You feel like maybe some days everything is nice and beautiful and it's perfect in your life. Or maybe some days nothing, it's working, and everything that you see, you don't like it. It's like, these bad days, let's say low days. So you never know. It's good to have them there like an archive, and maybe next time when you paint something, you do the same thing, but I don't know, you don't put the circles, for example. So this is what I learned from this experiment. I learned that I like the lines, but with the space inside. I don't like the circles too much because it's too crowded. So it's a good experiment. It's like I said, like a study. Okay, hi, A Rotor. Okay, yes, I hope to see you in Retable and to have some hikes together. That will be nice. Okay, so I'm trying now to take a bigger, so this was like 0.1. I'm going to take one that is 0.7, that it's a bit bigger, and maybe you see it better. And let's try to do the next one. So next one, I'm going to do something completely different. I'm going to do some stuff like this. I don't know how to, let's say semicircle, something like this. And I'm doing this. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. Just play with this. Now I have like different options. I can put it exactly below this, or I can put it in the middle. So this is, for me, sometimes it's crazy because are so many possibilities. And it's like, what should I do now? It's like, should I do it in the middle, or, and the possibility is to do it like, let's say, put it like here in the middle. And the next one that you do, to do it the way around, to do it like different. So for the moment, I just put it here in the middle. I can go a little bit here also at the edges. I like to work with the edges. And just do this. So just play with this pattern. You can go till down here. Okay. And again, we have that dilemma. Should I do a bit more on this, or should I let it like that? So you see how many things can come from starting one pattern. You can now take this pattern, if you have a lack of inspiration for the moment what to do for the next one, and you can do it, for example, like I said, you can put it below this one, like columns, or we can do like opposite, like something like this. So we have two lines, and I'm doing here this. And here, let's say we do some dots. And here I'm starting again with these semicircles. And again, we come with the dots in the middle. Okay, so again, you can love it or hate it, doesn't matter. The important thing is to see what you like and what you don't like, if you want to use it or not, or just let it there. Sometimes what I observe in myself is that maybe I have something that I don't like now. I let it there, like a painting or some process in the painting. I let it there, and the next day I'm coming and it's like, oh, actually I like it. It's like just like the saying, let the moon pass over your thoughts, and something the next day can change. So also here you can add some small thing. If it's like maybe too empty, you can add like a little semicircle inside. So this is coming from my background of loving the mandalas, because it's like can be like element of the mandalas, these semicircles. And also these small ones, you can fill them up or just let them empty. It's completely up to you. Let's fill them up. That's what I'm doing. Okay, my pen is not really working well on this now. Okay. Or even you can go, let's say, with the fine one that I wore before and do like a bigger circle around the dots. So you see how much you can play with just little design, little pattern that you have. And this is it's coming easier and easier when you start to do this, like let's say not every day, but every time when you don't feel like painting something big and just do something creative, you can start this, and it's very, very easy. Now I'm looking here, and also I feel like doing something inside, but I let it that because it's like too cramped after that. So let's do something here. I'm gonna do some triangles. Okay, this doesn't want to work very well, but I like it because you can see better. Yeah, okay. And with the triangles, it's very funny. I love them because you can do so much also with them. Let's say this I haven't done yet. I'm doing something like every side of triangle, I'm doing another triangle. So I have the main triangle that I put some lines inside, and after that I'm doing the big triangle. The small ones on the, or more or less the same size, but it's in each side. And let's say now we do another one that it's with lines, and after that one without. So we can continue this pattern. Okay, here it's another one. So it's good to put the lines because otherwise it's creating a confusion to know which is your main triangle. Okay, and here we start again with the one that it's with the lines. So practically we alternate between the triangle with the lines and the one that doesn't have lines. The full one and the empty one. Okay, I think I did something wrong with my triangle. Doesn't matter. This should have been here actually. Empty, and this is full. Yes, okay, I fix it. So you see, don't worry if you make a mistake, doesn't matter. Okay, this is another one. Okay, I really like this one actually. Yeah. This is a new one that I haven't done before. It's nice to discover new things. Okay. So this is our triangle pattern. Yeah, I think I like it. Okay, and okay. Now in this small one, let's do something that is like maybe some a bit curved lines. And here I'm gonna do some hearts. It's almost floral, but not really. Because depends of the shape you have, you can do different things. And they look a bit, obviously, like, I don't know, it looks nice to have this heart thing. Like it's a bit smaller. Okay, so I want to do one with white here, or maybe, yeah, with white. When you have like a darker background, you can work also with white or golden. I'm not sure if it's very visible for you. That's why I'm gonna try something, and if it's not working, I'm gonna come back with this black one. So I'm gonna try here. I'm gonna do just some lines. How is it for you? I don't know if it's very visible. No, it's visible, no? Okay. Let me know if you don't see it very well. So here I'm doing just small lines. Hold this one. Like 3 columns of just lines. Okay, so you let me know if you don't see it very well, okay? I think I'm gonna, maybe it would have been better on this one. I'm gonna try to do white on the big blue also, okay? Okay. So I want to do something different of this. So I'm gonna do some potatoes or rocks, let's say. So with these potatoes, this is very nice. You can see it very well, I think. No? Okay. Thank you, Sylvia. Nice. I think it's better to do it in this. Maybe I'm gonna try actually with golden to have also an example instead of the white. Oh yes, this is nice. I love golden. It's visible also the golden, no? Or not so much? Oh, doesn't look very visible. So I'm coming back to the white because it's much more visible. It's a pity because I love the gold. It's funny because I don't like it on me like jewelry, but I like it in painting. So I'm gonna do like a white thing on these golden potatoes. Yes, thank you, Rhoda. Yeah, it's better in white. Okay, and I'm doing like small potatoes and big potatoes, like a very random. I mean, I don't know, potatoes or rocks, whatever you you want to call them. And I like to do also like a bit on the edges, like here it looks like more organic, more natural. And I'm doing these small ones. Okay. So I'm alternating between the big ones and the small ones. And I'm filling up this time I want to fill up all the space. So everywhere I'm doing these rocks or potatoes, small ones, big ones. Also they look like almost like bubbles, can be. Not like the soap, like foam bubbles. Okay, or like a marble. Because after I finish to fill up with the potatoes, I'm gonna fill up the space in between them. And it's very nice effect that is creating. Okay. So now I'm coming with the same white and I'm filling up in between the potatoes, rocks or bubbles. So practically you can see now, you see just the blue inside of the potatoes, okay? And we're gonna look like that our base background was actually white, but yeah, it's a nice transparency through this white because you can still see the bluish. Sometimes I'm like in a trance when I'm doing this. Oh yes, I can see the name and just the name in the YouTube. So I have a a computer in front of me where is the camera and you can see me, and I have the iPad where I can see your comments in YouTube, but I cannot write because I have to stop painting, so that's why it's better to just reply like through the video. So thank you so much for your comments. Okay, I was saying that yeah, sometimes I'm completely into trance if I forget to talk. It's because I'm really into this. I'm trying to not forget this time, but I know when I'm painting, sometimes I'm alone at home. And this, I think it's happening also with you when you paint alone. It's you completely forget about the world outside, which is very nice now in these times. So I think it's a very not just creative, but also, let's say, healthy for our mind. You know, sometimes it's good to forget what is happening outside, not just in these times with everything, this virus, but with you know, day-to-day life. It's good to have a moment of yourself with your whatever you feel like to express, that it's like painting or it's maybe writing or just knitting a sock or a foulard or whatever, a glove or whatever you feel like. So you see now, this is I don't like too much because I have this golden around, but I'm gonna try to put the white on the top, just that it's not really working very well. But you have the idea. This is the important thing, to have the idea how it's working this. So looks almost like a, I don't know, like a marble, or I don't know. I really like this. Like this foam from the sea, when you know the waves are coming, and after that it's remaining like this white foam, and normally it's obviously the sand, but yeah, it's something similar. Okay. I don't know if to try with still with white on the green. Yeah, I'm gonna try with still with white. And just let me have a bit of tea. Okay, so let's pass to the next one. The next one, so all the time, for example, when you don't have, you don't know what to do, first of all, don't panic. It's not an exam, it's nothing, you know. It's just you with your let's say painting. First of thing is what I like to do is to look around myself, and always you're gonna see something that can inspire you. It's but you have to look, you know, like it's not the first look. You have to stay and really observe the things. Like I don't know. For example, now I have like some flowers. I have the mountains and the hills on. I can see from the window. And suddenly I have let's say the hills that they have different colors and they have different size. And I was inspired suddenly to have to do something like a hill, like curves. So this is a way to find inspiration. So here I start with a line, but it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna do something like this. It doesn't have to be the hills to reproduce the hills or the mountains or whatever, like very in a realistic way. It's just that these hills, how I see them, gave me the inspiration to do lines, to do these lines of the hills. So now we can do just lines, and you can let it exactly like this, very simplistic and let's say like a bit more empty, or you can add some more elements. I normally I like to I'm a bit like maybe overcharging my paintings sometimes. I have this impression about myself. So I'm trying to let a bit more empty spaces. But sometimes it's very difficult because I have like ideas, and now I'm thinking, if I fill up this space here and this one. So you see that sometimes it's really difficult to stop your creativity, your mind, you know. So it's good now. I'm gonna pass here. It's something that I learned when you have like a big urge to put a lot of colors or to overcharge a painting, is to start another painting. So that ideas you can start it on another painting. So in this way, it's not overcharging your painting. So now I'm gonna do more or less the same thing. Some lines on the other one. And here I'm gonna put a bit more and a bit more like overlapping. Also here. And let me know how you see it. It's okay, no? Yes. And now here I'm gonna do some filling up of some spaces. And suddenly you have another pattern here. And you can do like just some lines, like one size line, or you can do both if you want. Here I'm gonna do a bit of everything for the sake of experimentation. Okay, just in case you didn't realize, I'm not an English speaker, a native one, and sometimes maybe my English is not perfect, but I think if you don't understand something, just drop a line there and I can reformulate. And also you can correct me if you want, because I really appreciate the corrections. And yeah, I'm gonna see them after that, obviously. But I really appreciate that. Okay. So actually, this I really like it like this, a bit more like fill up. Can do add some elements here. Okay, I think I like this one, like it is. I'm not gonna add maybe just a little bit here. It's hard to stop sometimes. Okay, I think I like it. It's also about of oh, this I forget here, of balancing your design. So like here I like this. I had this space here that I didn't have anything, and I thought that it's nice to balance, to put something here to have everywhere. Because if you have like it's like a painting. If you have like everything that you want to paint in one size here, let's say one part of the painting, obviously all the eyes are going to go there, and this are going to be completely empty and it's going to look a bit strange. So there are some rules in painting, rules that can be broken obviously, but some of them they are really good, because it's like really sometimes you have to balance your paintings in color and in shapes, forms, and to have like the eye, it's moving nicely towards your painting, is not staying stuck in some point. So, and this is, like I said, it's available for the color, for the shades, and also for the for your design, let's say, like composition. So this is another workshop. Okay, let's see how we stay with the time. Wow, it's very flying. Okay, so let's pass to the green one. Let's see how is it with white. It's okay. So I think everything I'm gonna do here with white, and here I'm gonna come back with black. Okay, so here I'm gonna do, let's look around again, and what am I seeing? I'm seeing like a flower that it's like, I don't know exactly in English, it's like feriga, like ferig maybe. um, but this inspired me to do some lines like this. And now it's very difficult because it's like, what should I do here? Like round shapes or spicy shapes. So I'm gonna do some lines like this. It's almost like a tree. This Christmas tree. And I'm doing also here. And I think I'm gonna add some elements in the middle, because it's almost too empty. Obviously you can let it like that. This is, like I said before, it's the way to discover yourself, to discover your, what you like and what you don't like. It's a way to discover yourself, obviously. It's a way to discover your voice, your style. Because there are people that like the paintings that can be, like I said, like very charged, full of colors, and there are people that are very like, they like the paintings to be like maybe 2-3 colors, monocolors, and just one shape, something very simple. So both are okay. It's just, let's say, a different way, something that it's more resonating with you or not. That's why it's very difficult to judge art. Really, I I hate to judge art, because it's like, it's something that somebody felt to do that. You know, they really felt it. How can I judge it? Because I'm coming from different perspective, from different background. Uh, it's like I cannot judge art. It's like, I think everything is nice. Everybody is doing what they feel in that moment, because can be that maybe in 2 weeks or 2 months or 2 years, they are gonna paint completely other things because they pass through some experience in their life. They practice a lot. They discover new styles. I don't know. They are other people. So I cannot judge what they do in that moment. Is what they felt. So about this, coming back here, it's like you can let it exactly like it is, like simple, like just a few lines, or you can add some elements. Again, I'm gonna add some things just for the sake of experimentation here. Here I want to not necessarily to do something beautiful. For some people it can be beautiful, for some people it can be horrible, and it can be like worse, the things that they've seen. I'm saying this, that this is just a study, like experimenting. So I'm gonna add some triangles, like not too much, just like this. Now it's a bit too much, but I just wanted to try to see how it looks like, okay? And maybe also here. So all the time it's like I'm telling to the people that are coming to the workshops, or also to my place, is that try to see the art like a kid, to be curious. It's like, what will gonna happen if I'm putting this here? You know, what can happen? Finally, you can just discover something that maybe you like it or maybe you don't like it, but the earth will gonna still go around, and we are gonna be still here to try more things even. Yes, okay, I like this. And also, I know that a lot of people, um, I mean, including me, I passed through this. I'm obviously like having this like less and less and less. And I'm so happy because this is a big, huge step like in your artist expression. To not care what other people are saying. If you care about this, you're gonna be stuck because you're gonna try to please people to do something that some other people like it. But try to paint for yourself, because in some point, even if you are not happy now, you're gonna improve because you are doing it every day. It's something that you do every day. It's by definition, in some point, you're gonna be good at. It's like if you think about it, your job, when you started, you didn't know too much. Like we go out from university and actually we don't know what our job is about. We have a lot of, a lot of theory things, but not too much practice things. So it's like this. You start your job, you don't know what you're gonna do, and you are like almost timid, and you're afraid to do things, to take decisions. And look now at after years and years, you are super relaxed. You are doing things like almost not thinking, like almost mechanical. You don't care what the people are thinking. So it's exactly the same. It's just doing it, and in some point you're gonna like it, and you're gonna be good, and also you won't gonna care about what the people are thinking. So let's pass to this one. I'm gonna pass to the black again, to the big one, and here I'm gonna do something, let's say completely. I'm looking at the watch. Okay, we have 30 minutes more. I'm gonna do a bit easier, something like this. So it's completely random circles, and maybe you just let your hand, like a kid, to do like really a mess. And after you have this, maybe I did too much, but it's okay. You can have some color, some elements inside, to find some loops that you can fill them up. So it's a bit similar maybe with this one, but now we have like really like a mess here, and we find these loops and we fill them up. And this, in a way, it's clearing a bit the mess, because when you have just the mess, your eyes are gonna be, wow, what is there? It's like too much. But when you have like, you add this fill up elements, suddenly your eyes are gonna, is doing a distinction, is giving some like let's say um, contrast. Contrast is the word. The word. So this is what actually it's a very big element that we have to take care in our paintings, to have contrast. Because if we have something that it's similar and even, it's a bit, let's say, it's a bit boring. It's like eating every day the same food. So it's nice to have something that is making a contrast. Today you eat a salad, tomorrow you eat, I don't know, Thai food, another day you eat, I don't know, Spanish food or Italian food. And that makes your life a bit more spicy, something like that you have contrast. It's like, yeah, like that's why we take holidays, because even if our life it's nice and it's peaceful and okay in our homes, also it's nice to have contrast, and that's why we go to exotic countries, and you feel more relaxed when you come to the biggest the contrast it is in our holiday, the more relaxed you come, because you completely forgot about your daily life. So it's the same here. It's like, you see, you have a bit of contrast and suddenly it looks a bit bigger, a bit better. Also, I like to say that it's a bit like in paintings. Oh, gracias, Yolanda. Thank you. I'm happy that you enjoy it. Okay. What I wanted to say, it's about the contrast. It's like having a painting that in the background you have something that it's a bit more like a you know, the little conversation of a room. Sometimes you go into the room and you have like, you hear everybody talking, but it's like room, you know, it's like you don't really understand, you don't catch the conversation, but you know that it's a sound around, like a sound there. And that was our like this messy thing. And after that, suddenly you hear like a conversation very clearly. So that is the higher conversation, the louder conversation. Our louder conversation are these things that is making the contrast with the like a bit more smoother conversation. So this is like I think it's a nice example to keep in mind when you paint something, to have like something that is very general, and after there's something that it's bold. It's making a contrast. And that it's a bit difficult because to make something bold, it means to take risk. And we are afraid to take risk. Everybody's afraid, obviously. But that's why I like these exercises, because you can take risk here. It doesn't matter. It's like you can take risk actually in any canvas, everything, any painting you paint. But here it's like more forgivable. It's like you don't care too much if this is not very nice. You know, it's like just you learn something from this. This is the purpose of these exercises. Okay, so now I'm gonna do something that are like little clusters, like let's say these things. It's almost like a hashtag, three lines hashtag. And also it's nice sometimes to have like different sizes. Also this is creating contrast in your paintings. You can do it like here or here, like to keep the same size. This is like a kind of pattern, but also you can have like small, to have a pattern that you have like bigger lines and smaller lines. Let's say triple hashtag. Okay, and I'm doing here again something smaller or bigger. Also, what it's interesting when you don't keep, so are both things are okay. Just depends the effect you want to have. So if you want to have something even like this, it's okay to keep the same distance in between the elements. But if you want to have contrast in your design, in your composition, it's nice to have like to not have like the same distance in between the elements. So you see here that I'm doing like a cluster here, like these are more close to each other, and here they are more like far away. So I'm gonna put something here, and maybe very close here, and another one very close here, small. And maybe here I'm doing something like this. Yeah, and oh, I don't know if to put a bit more or not. I'm gonna put something here. Okay, this is completely different, but doesn't matter. So yeah, it's. I want you to see that you maybe think that the artists that are doing everything perfect. It's not true. They maybe don't show what they think that is perfect and it's nice, but also the artists, they try a lot of things. Some things that don't work. They make mistakes, big mistakes, and they sometimes enjoy them. Sometimes like you get upset and you get like frustrated. I had this and I have these moments because I want to do something, it's not working. I'm trying. Sometimes I give up, and maybe after a few days or weeks I'm trying again because I'm like more chill out, Okay, I work with my let's say my mental artist mentality, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to just have fun, because it's very easy to go into, I have to do something nice, I have to do something that the people like. It's very easy for everybody. Doesn't matter that you are an artist for 20 years or 1 year or whatever. It's like our way of being humans, and it's like really, really normal. It's just not staying there, not let's say not getting lost in that feeling of frustration. It's like, okay, I'm feeling it, and after that tomorrow I'm gonna try again. It doesn't matter. It's like a kid when he's falling the first time. He's not sitting there, he's not staying there. He's gonna try again and again and again, and finally we learn to walk. Yeah, so let's see what else to do here. Let's think of something more like square. I don't know if it's visible now because it's black on black. Yeah, it's visible. Okay. So now I'm doing like some kind of square shapes. You see, it doesn't matter if it's not good, it's not perfect. And I'm working with the edges all the time. I don't know why I like to put something, because that means that it's a prolongation, that is not just stopping here. I don't know, it's giving more like fluidity in a way. Okay. So now I'm doing just different kinds of squares and triangles and shapes, let's say, that are more longer or square, and also they are a bit smaller. And again, also with this, you can fill it up or not. You can do, for example, the intersection, you can fill it up like this. all the intersections. Wait, this is not the intersection, but doesn't matter, okay? And the other spaces, you can let it free, or you can put some little lines on different directions. And you can play here like with the thickness of your pen. You can take something that it's a bit less thick and like more thinner and play with that. Okay, and also here. Okay, I think this is, you know, in a way, this is how you can create patterns. And for example, from all of this, let's say you want to have a t-shirt. You try different patterns and finally you choose the one that you most like. So this is in a way the method to find a nice pattern for, like, I don't know, for a present, or you can do from this, you can cut it, like each let's say column, you can cut it, the paper, and you can use it like a book sign, you know. So you can do like a present from this if you wish. And we have like almost the last one. We are okay also with the hour. So here let's do something more organic, let's say, more like round. And I'm gonna do like something like this. Also here I play a bit with the size. I don't want to have the same size. I'm gonna do some of them that are a bit bigger and some of them that are a bit smaller. Okay, I need a bit of tea. I love this tea because it's like this cup, because it has like a lot of inspiration for me. It's full of like Indian design, you know, like a kind of mandala elephants and like flowers. And all the time when I like to have it on my workshop, because it's like, I like these colors, you know, it's giving me inspiration. Like I said before, it's like nice to surround yourself with things that you like, that they inspiring you. Okay, so we continue with this kind of shape. Thank you, Ekaterina. It's very nice to hear that. Thank you so much. I'm happy that you enjoyed. And all the other ones, obviously. Thank you for your message. Okay. So here I'm going like this, like very little on the side. And here maybe just the end, and here the beginning. Okay. So this, what about this? Should we do something else, or should we let it like this? So all the time I feel like putting something else. So I'm gonna do something in the middle, like just a little line. Okay. And let's see how it looks like. I already like it a bit more. I'm feeling that if I put more, we're gonna be too charged, but I'm gonna try again, like to see how it looks like. Okay. So I'm gonna put like, because now this is in a way how I'm thinking my paintings. Is like I have these big elements and I want to create contrast. So if I put something big, we're going to be like a mess. So I'm trying to put something very small that it's actually highlighting these big ones. So I'm putting just little dots here and there, like little clusters. And actually, I really like it now. Yeah, I think I like it. Maybe I'm doing more dots, but yes, okay. And I have the clusters. So you see how actually I'm thinking, I don't know from the beginning how a painting of mine gonna look like. I'm just going from a process to another process to another process. So here I was doing these small dots, clusters, and I realized that it's not working. And so I started to do something like all the other dots around. Can work, or you can make a mess, but it's a way to learn and to discover actually what is working and what not. And okay, we still have like almost 20 minutes, 45, 15 minutes. So the last one, let's keep a bit like this, let's say, floral motif. And I'm gonna do something like some kind of flowers, like, but very abstract. So when I'm saying flowers, I'm not referring at the, let's say, a realistic way of painting flowers. I'm not doing realistic things. It's like my way of doing flowers. I'm inventing flowers, things that I like to do, that I'm discovering, or I don't know. It's like I'm not into the realism too much, so that's why. But obviously, if you like that and you know how to do it, just by all means, just do it. So I'm gonna do like very simple flowers, like some little like petals, a central one, and after that petals around. So this is like something that probably we learn like when we are like kids in the first day of drawing and painting. And I'm gonna add some elements here, some lines here and there. Okay, and I think this is done. So I'm looking at this, and now I'm thinking what I like and what I don't like, and I'm like it's good to be like, let's say, not judge it, but to in a way not judging like what it's good and wrong, but um, to process the information. Is like, what can I take from this? What I like most here, what I don't like. So it's like what I keep for me, and what it's not really my style, you know. And sometimes I'm thinking, oh, I can improve something. Like here, I like this. I can do it like an umbrella. I don't know. Now just came into my mind, and I like that a lot. So you see, sometimes it's the creation is never stopping. God, I love that. So I would keep the umbrella things, the second one that I transform it in the last moment. I like a lot this one. It's very simple, but I like it a lot. I don't know why. Maybe because it's a contrast between like something more full and something that it's like more simple. Also, I think I like these ones and the bluish one. Yeah. So, but what I like more was the process. I mean, I think that what we have to appreciate more is the process of creating something, of expressing yourself, how you feel, and not judging yourself. I think that is the most important thing, and something that we have to take from any kind of creative process, workshop, or doesn't matter that it's painting or it's something else. Also, it's like I think it's the creative process is working the same for everything. Like for if you want to write something, write poetry, or write whatever. It's just write for yourself, first. Sometimes we think too much. We think that we have to write for publishing, and it's a big, big gap in between, like publishing and I'm just starting writing, or having exhibition and just starting painting. It's a very big gap, and that's why a lot of people they gave up. They don't keep doing things. So I want to thank you so much for being here with me and with PaintEvents. I hope that I really appreciate your comments. I even now, if you can take like 1 minute and write something, whatever, really, even if it's negative, please, I really appreciate it, because it's a way for me and for PaintEvents to improve. We are not perfect. We try. Like I said, it was the first time, and hopefully we're gonna do it better and better together with your help, and with us studying more and this technology and doing it better next time. And also I would appreciate a lot if you tell me if you want to see something more about this. My idea is in the next one, let's say, I don't know what will gonna happen, when I have to talk with PaintEvents and to find a date. I will do it tomorrow, but let's settle a bit. I would love to do something that it's floral, like, because I love the flowers. And after that we can do something like a bit more abstract, something like this. I mean, I have like thousand ideas that can be done, and I would love to share with you. So our another 10 minutes more or less. I think this is it, more or less. I told you it is till 3, but I didn't know how long we're gonna take this. So it's good to have an idea now that it's like more or less 2 hours. Also, I appreciate that you bear with me with my English and everything that is not perfect. It's something that many years scare me to talk with the people and to give this in English, but my desire of sharing what I'm doing with you, it's so much bigger than my fear of talking in public and not being perfect, that I'm passing through this fear. Nevertheless, I know that I'm not perfect, but I think that also can be. I mean, also I want to give this example. Even if you're not perfect, if you really love something, do it, because I'm learning. I'm learning better English, better everything. So it's a process of learning. We are like all our life in a process of learning. So I think it's good to also to share where you are in this moment. I am here in this moment. I am now in this moment. So I don't want to delay this sharing for the moment when I'm going to be perfect, because maybe it will never come. So that's why I really thank you. And I appreciate your presence here and your comments, and I hope to see you next time when we're gonna do it. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day and a beautiful weekend, And if you want to subscribe to the channel, to my channel, also if you want to follow PaintEvents in Instagram and Facebook, also I'm in Instagram and Facebook. You can find, if you see in the screen upper part, it's a PaintEvents website, and the left side it's mine. And if you go on both of them, at the bottom of the page you're gonna find Instagram, Facebook, everything. And yeah, you can follow us, and you're gonna see when we have the next one and the next webinar. And yeah, stay tuned. Thank you so much. Bye everybody. Oh, by the way, the last thing, I'm gonna reply to the comments on writing now, and yeah, this is the last thing. Okay, bye.